Hello everybody, welcome back to Max Reviews, and even though I was checking out Stranger Things, Umbrella Academy, Jurassic Park, and Harry Potter this month, beginning of the month, I got to see 5 new movies that came out this month, this year. I don't really know. Some came out, it's a bit mixed up, but today we're going to stop and rank all 5 movies I watched May 2022. Okay, so for May 2022, I had a lot going on with watching stuff, but I did get to watch a few new movies that, some might have come out in February, some might have come out in March. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to rank them as if they came out in May because it makes the list longer and a bit more entertaining. So with that said, coming in 5th place here is going to be Sneakerella. This is the new Cinderella rehash, remake, whatever you want to call it, but it has sneakers. I did a review for it, and it's got like one fine song. I think I just enjoyed it more because I was watching it with my sisters. We could just make a bunch of fun about it. It's not fine cinema. It's a fine. It's just Cinderella remake. I did a video on how many Cinderella remakes there are. I'm tired of Cinderella remakes and all this. It's about sneakers, so you have a bit of passion coming from our main character where he actually really loves sneakers. And I could enjoy that about it, but still, it's not something extremely interesting. I knew I'd watch it and just not like it, but I gave it a try. It didn't win me over, and I'm just... I'm tired of Cinderella remakes. 4th place here, we have Firestarter. This movie is based on the Stephen King adaptation. It's an adaptation of the book that he did. It's got Zac Efron playing the girl's dad. It's also, not exactly remake, but it's based off of the book, and there was a movie that came out in 1984, maybe 3, I think, something like that. So I bet the effects are really bad, but I watched this one. It's darker, but it feels like a superhero origin story rather than an actual horror movie, and I didn't really care for that. Like, if you're gonna... It seems like they could have made it PG-13 if they wanted, and it'd be a superhero origin story. I didn't care for it. I think I gave a positive review when I first saw it, but I'd have to go negative now because, once again, it was in the moment, and I was just like, this isn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it's still a bad movie. I didn't care for it too much. The characters are pretty bland. The entire agency that's trying to kill this girl that could use the fire is just so forgettable. And the actual girl herself gives a decent acting job, but not an excellent one. It's just fine, nothing special there. And so it's just one of those movies that the only thing that really stood out to me is Zac Efron as the dad, because it's just like, hey, Zac Efron's getting old, huh? But I also did a review for this, and it's just not that great of a movie. I wanted so much more now that I'm getting into the horror genre, and I didn't get much from this movie. 3rd place is going to be Uncharted. I finally checked it out. Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland in a video game adaptation movie that also has a lot of sort of interesting, cool sequences, sort of in the same genre as National Treasure and something like Indiana Jones, maybe. And it could have been a lot more fun. I haven't played any of the video games. I know some of the stuff is taken from the video games, but I didn't really care for this movie. It was a fun enough time, but I've just seen this sort of movie so many times that it just bogs me down whenever they do another one of these movies. They're just like action adventure. There's 2 pirate ships, sort of like Goonies, sort of like Indiana Jones, just nowhere near as good. And it's got fun enough banter, but it didn't give me anything that I didn't think I'd get when I first went to see the movie. And when I went to see the movie, I just was expecting a fine action movie, and it's a fine action movie with nothing actually there. Like, I'm tired I could watch a bunch of just generic action movies. This is a generic, not exactly heist movie. I could watch a generic heist movie. I could watch a generic comedy movie, but a generic just treasure hunting movie isn't as good as an actually really good treasure hunting movie. Second place, we had The Bad Guys. This is a movie that I was a bit late to, but I did do a DreamWorks tier list, even though it didn't have The Bad Guys in it. I enjoyed it enough. It was solid enough. Maybe a 7 out of 10 at the best, maybe a 6.5. This was a weaker month for movies because I didn't see anything in theaters because I was gonna see Multi-Universe of Madness. And then I didn't, much like the Batman. So I haven't seen anything in theaters, which is really frustrating. But The Bad Guys, checked it out whenever it came to DVD or streaming or whatever, and it's fine. Like, it's a good DreamWorks movie. It could be a lot worse. There's a few twists and turns that I didn't see coming, but I didn't really care so much. The unique animation style is done very well. I just like the animation. It's very different. Hopefully Puss in Boots 2 is better than this, but this is a step up from Trolls 2 and Croods 2, even though I didn't see Croods 2. It's something new. I always like it when DreamWorks does something new rather than a sequel, unless it's Megamind. They're coming out with a Megamind sequel. But Bad Guys, I didn't do a review for it just because I didn't really want to. It's a solid enough movie. I just don't care enough to do a review for it. So it's fine. It's got some cool animation, some cool characters, but other than that, not a whole bunch here. But easily coming in first for this month is going to be Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. This was just a pleasant surprise to me to see how good this movie was with all the references that it has to pop culture and all that. I did a review for it, spoiler and non-spoiler, all in the same video. It's a fun movie. It's a more emotional than I thought it would be. It has so many more references than I thought they would have, and it just gives me more than I ever thought I would have gotten. Like you say, Chip 'n Dale, I don't really think of anything. I think of maybe the TV show, but I never watched it, and I watched this, and it was good. It was solid. It was way better than I thought it would be. It's still an 8 out of 10, maybe a 7.5 out of 10, but it's very, very fun movie. Just cool characters, cool world, in the same world as like Roger Rabbit. And it's just got so many different unique animation styles with claymation, with sock puppets, with puppets, with just old animation, with 2D, with 3D, just actual real-life characters, not life characters. And I love the attention to detail, every little thing. You could do Easter egg breakdowns. It's just really cool. So I enjoyed it. It's not going to be like one of the best movies of the year. Probably the best animated movie of the year. So that's my ranking of all the 5 movies I saw this month. Leave your comments down below, your ranking of the movies you saw, or maybe your opinions on the movies that I saw. I did reviews for each of these movies. Well, Firestarter, Sneakerella, and Chip 'n Dale, so you can check out my reviews for that. Or you can see where I placed The Bad Guys on my tier list. So thanks for watching. I'm Braden. This is Max Reviews. Braden out.